got a tattoo? Then you gotta have a story behind it. We're Tat-Stories, and we bring our viewers those stories. Kahuna's still grabbing ink stories at the GoldenState Tattoo Expo. Our first story comes from a gal who's connected passion and profit. Our second features a gal getting a hip piece in progress. Finally, we've got a fine arts grad and audio engineer. Yep.
This is the Kahuna for Tat-Stories, and I've got Jessa here. Now, Jessa, as I was walking by, was sporting this badass sleeve. And you know what? There's got to be a story behind it. So I stopped. She was kind enough to talk to us. So we're going to find out about that sleeve. Jessa, that's an amazing black and white piece. Tell me a little bit about that. What's on there and what it means.
So I've just got the classic clown girl here with the crown and the, I don't know.
Okay.
She's got the tattoo machine because I'm a tattoo artist, so that's why I have that. And then the whole theme is like passion over profit. So I've got passion over profit here. And then down here, I've just got another clown girl with the money sign, the passion and the money, passion and the hustle.
We like any money sign. That's always a good thing. Now, if we could get them on our forehead, that might be good, but people might not appreciate it. So let me ask you this. I notice you got a beautiful left arm here. You got any more ink?
I got my leg, the tiger down here.
Oh, tell us a little bit about what's on your legs and why you put that there.
This is just for the art. This is just nice,
She's doing it for the art, folks. Right. So what about the art do you like?
It's just, I think it complements the body, It looks nice. I just like it aesthetically. Looks good.
So that's important, folks. Whenever you're going to get some ink, make sure that it aesthetically fits your body. That's always a good thing. Now, let me ask you this. You've got this piece. You're an artist. Did you do it yourself?
Nope, this is Mauricio at Shine Tattoo Studio in Sacramento.
Mauricio's behind us working. We're going to get some B-roll of him working. They're from Sacramento. I think that's incredible work. Now, let me ask you this. You going to get any more?
Yeah, I plan on doing the whole body, so.
They always want to get more, folks. All right, so what are you going to do next?
I don't know, honestly. Shine is going to design my whole sleeve, and we'll start knocking that out. So.
Okay, so folks, we have a second sleeve coming. The first one's been birthed. We got another one that's going to be birthed here real soon, which we're actually thrilled about. How about your back? What are you thinking to do there?
Honestly, I don't think I want my back tattooed because I think women's backs look, nice as they are, so I don't want to do that one.
All right, so she wants to make sure her back stays bare. Bare back, get it? Yeah, I think I got that. All right, with that said, I want to thank Jessa for taking time. We are in Pasadena, and this is the Kahuna, and we are out. Kahuna for Tat-Stories here. Folks, I go to just about any length to get an inktail. I've got Sydney here, and Janelle's working on her right now. She's getting her ink as we speak. So I'm going to find out what she's getting and why. So, Sydney, tell me, what are you getting and why?
I'm getting a flower thigh piece, mainly for my grandmas. One flower for each of them, just because they're a big part of my life. So.
This is grandma ink, folks. It's very serious. Now, tell me, what kind of color are you going to put in it?
I chose Orange Sunset Rose, which is just a bunch of oranges and yellows. And then she chose a tulip. And what color is the tulip? It was more like a peachy pink color for the tulip. So
peachy pink tulip. I like it. It kind of rhymes a little bit. Now let me ask you this. I noticed that you're getting it on your hip. Do you have any more ink?
I do, yeah. I have a calf piece on my right. I have two other ones on either side of my rib and another one on my hip. So.
All right, so let me ask you this. Did the rib ones hurt?
The rib ones actually weren't the worst. The hip ones were.
Oh, so the hip ones hurt. She's getting a hip done now. So, folks, This is one brave girl, let me tell you. She's sharing it as she's getting it, like I said. Now, let me ask you this. Tell me, why this artist?
I've been following her for about a year, and I just really liked her realism in her flowers and her vibrant colors that she uses. And that's what I really look for.
And what platform are you following her on?
Instagram.
Okay, folks, note to self. You actually can look at an artist on Instagram. You can see their stuff evolve over time. You can see their style, their coloring, their shades, what they use, how they use it. And you know what? It can help you make a decision on what artist you want when you're trying to do something that might be similar to things that they've done in the past. So let me ask you this. After this one, what are you going to get next?
That's kind of hard. I was thinking of connecting the two ribcage pieces and making kind of like a sea life piece. So probably after this one, but it'll be a while.
Okay, so she does have an idea, and it just goes to show you that nobody can stop once they start getting ink. It's kind of like potato chips, you know. You just can't eat one. So we are very, very thankful for Sydney to take time. Janelle's still working on her back there, so we'll make sure that we show a little bit of B-roll of her actually applying the ink. It looks great. The stencil looks fabulous. All I can say, folks, is we're at the Golden State Tattoo Expo, and everybody's having a ball down here. And Sydney, she's going to be here a while, so we'll come back and check on her. This is Tat-Stories in Kahuna, and we are out. Kahuna for Tat-Stories here. I've got Remedy, and Remedy was literally sketching something as I was walking by, and it was pretty darn spectacular. She's an artist, and she's relatively new to the tattoo biz. She's been in it about 3 years, but most importantly, I wanted to get a little bit of a background about how she started, where she's working, what she likes to do. So let's start with that first. Remedy, tell people a little bit about the style that you use, or that you know, from a tattoo perspective.
Sure. So I like to do more realistic and illustrative realism. I got my start in art school, actually, and so I did a lot of atelier-style realist work. And the shop owner, David, who was here a moment ago, he taught me how to tattoo, and he actually has a master's degree in fine art, so we were a good match for each other. So I'm interested in realism and illustrative realism.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Who's your favorite, as an art student, who's your favorite master?
Who's my favorite master? Not necessarily a realist, but I'm a big fan of Beksinski.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much all of the classical Renaissance painters, they're all really amazing and inspiring. As far as more modern artwork, I really like Alice Neal. I'm a big fan of. Put me on the spot.
Oh, no, I don't mean to do that. Let me ask you this. What's the most interesting thing that's happened to you while giving a tattoo, over the last couple of years? What's something that was fascinating, you thought?
The most interesting thing to happen to me is I got to experience someone going into shock. So, yeah, not a huge deal. I mean, I handled it well, but that was the most interesting thing to happen. The most fun thing to happen was recently I just finished a tattoo on a gentleman who was extroverted, irreverent, and amazing, and he made me laugh so hard that I had to stop tattooing because I was crying. Best experience I've ever had. It's actually the Party Gods cat skull crazy tattoo in my portfolio right there. So
it goes to show you, folks, you can actually impact your artist. And if you develop a rapport with them, the time actually goes by faster for both of you. So, what do you like about it so far?
So, I think what I like about it most is that I always, throughout my whole life, I wanted to be an artist or a musician or some kind of a creative in some way. And I didn't want to compromise that. And so I spent a lot of time kind of hopping around doing different things, being in art school. I have a degree in audio engineering. And so, yeah, I know, right?
She's going to critique the sound on this, guys.
But I definitely, I think the thing that I enjoy the most about it is just that I am able to make art and actually make fine art. And that's kind of a thing that I'm working towards, is making paintings and fine art and trying to turn them into tattoos, and just not just like designs, like something I'm pumping out to make money, but actually making fine art, making something that people can take with them.
So, folks, we've got an art major here who actually does a lot of original stuff, and it's truly amazing. I like the fact that she's trying to be original versus adopt a style. That's really spectacular. Probably the last thing, and just probably something for our folks. I know you're in Minneapolis. Tell me a little bit about tell me where the shop is so folks can find you.
Sure. The shop is in Uptown Minneapolis. It's 919 West Lake Street. It's on Lake and Colfax. So it used to be kind of a grungy neighborhood, and it's a little more trendy now. So
Grunge becomes trend. There you go. And the name of the shop.
The Ink Lab.
You know that, folks. This is the Kahuna. We're with Remedy here, and we are out in Pasadena.